Hi friends, welcome to my new skit on YouTube channel. This time it is on folklore, myths and riddles. How far they are helpful to augment Malayala Brahmin autochthon theory. Now, while social historians continue to quibble over the validity of use of short stories as the equivalent of archival evidence in writing history. The myths of Arayavati, Bhutaraya Perumal, Chamravattat Ayyappan, the legend of Bhaga the Asura, etc., are beyond such concern, as these short stories challenge conventional orthodoxy of methodological disputes. An imaginative inquiry into these myths enable us for an expansion of historiographical apparatus deployed thus far in explaining Sakhyadri Kanda narrative in the wider corpus of Puranic literature like the Skanda Purana. Myths and legends were something that used to be dismissed by sociologists in the past. Although the focus on myths has undergone change in approach in fairly recent times, it is because they relate to sacred persons, places, or incident, and was confined at a time when the art of writing was in its nascent stage of development, so to say, in the crucible of time. Now, hence, these myths or quasi histories were woven to legitimize certain assumed origins in social categories of particular group of people. As Max Bruckmann perceptively remarked, myths and rituals do not grow out of vacuum, for they owe their origin to certain social environment. With the change in environmental development, myths may lose its relevance and become sheer empty formulas, but it does retain its significance as long as the original situation lasted. Incidentally, it may be added that man articulated his initial experience through myths and legends, while successive generations of people expanded the idea contained in a myth or legend to suit local themes and conversions. We now have a wild though charming medley of fact and fiction intertwined. Even though elitist sociologists clamp down these narratives as sheer fabulous, myths no doubt are invented on the basis of certain assumptions among early societies so that they can now serve as social characters to define certain rights and privileges of various classes of people to social and economic power fulcrum. A legend like that of Parashurama is an important organ in cultural heritage of a people. It is a form of social myth based in part on the success or failure of a group of people or society tingled with pronounced religious flavor. As groups of people or tribal folk were led by heroes, which heroes, as in the case of Parashurama, ordained a class of people in Kerala for daily worship and rituals in temples, calling these people Nambudiris. It is said to be religious in a sense, or at least believed to be so. And the eventual creation of Kerala, the land of charity, which deservedly seemed to have legends woven around a halo of deep divinity attached to it. The heroes to whom legends are attached seem to command greater respect and influence in society, even if they appear to be imaginary figureheads. Legends contain the embryo of a descriptive science which we may venture to call fantastic physics. Like Asimov once said, at the crossroad of infinites, he calls myths fantastic physics. I would even prefer to state that legend is a form of myth that is related to some incident in the past, attributed to some such heroes like Parashurama. As Russian anthropologist Bronislaw Malinowski rightly refused to consider myth as imaginary because, according to him, it had been based purely on the strength of imaginary beliefs of a people. Myth could not have so credulously withstood the test of time and continue on to the future. The fact remains that various myths arise out of different and social beliefs of a people from time immemorial and is handed down through word of mouth to bequeath posterity. Okay, now, well then, getting up for the week